Downingtown Middle School.
Hi students, families of DMS. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the 2016-17 school year. My name is Sean Wright. I am the assistant principal here at Downingtown Middle School. And I am currently looking for Dr. Indeglio, our building principal. Once I find him, we'll continue with our question and answer session to provide information for you regarding all of the happenings here at DMS. So, I heard Dr. Indeglio might be outside. He's having some trouble at the moment letting go of summer. He really enjoys summer. He thinks summer is going to be endless, but ultimately we've got work to, and here he is. My goodness, what in the world? Dr. Indeglio. Dr. Indeglio!
Shh, shh. I'm about to catch a Pikachu.
A Pikachu? What in the world?
It's Pokemon Go. Everyone's doing it.
But we had a deal. We have question and answer session today. We've got parents and students that need to know.
I got it. Glitch. What? It's summertime. Come on.
We had a deal. Come on. We're going to go in and do our Q&A session. Love the shirt though.
Thanks.
Okay, so welcome once again. We are going to begin with our info session, Q&A. I'd like to thank all the parents that have submitted questions for this info session. Like I said, we have found Dr. Indeglio. He is on his way up now. We will ask him all of the questions that we feel will provide some clarity and some information that will be useful to you all this school year. Dr. Indeglio, there he is.
Come on, it's so
Come
nice
on in.
out.
I saved you a spot.
Why are we doing
I
this?
saved you a spot. This is our annual Q&A session. We're doing
It's
a
summertime.
We're doing a video this year. I know we're 2 weeks out though.
No.
In fact, the Home Access Center went live today. Parents are emailing with questions about schedules, and they're ready to go. Back to school shopping has happened.
Why don't we just go to the shore?
Well,
Cars outside. We'll go.
maybe a long weekend, but right now we've got some work to do.
All right.
I think if you just give me a minute or two,
Okay.
we'll get back into that school mode.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So let's shoot with some questions that we hope will provide some clarity for parents. Okay. A lot of parents want to know, how is the school organized? Very broad question.
Yeah.
But how do we organize the students and schedules and such?
Structure of the building on the bottom floor and the second floor, it's generally a square,
Okay.
the whole way around. In 7th grade, there are 4 teams. In 8th grade, there are 4 teams. And you are 7A, 7B, 7C, 7D. Those teams are, for the most part, all in the same hallway, on the same side of the hallway.
Okay.
And then the following year in 8th grade, those students will walk right across the hallway to their next year's team. So if you're on 7A this year, you'll likely be on 8A the following year. And in 7th grade, you're going to get to know those teachers during the course of the year because they're right across the hallway.
So the teachers will change, but the groups stay the same.
For the most part.
The middle school model.
Yeah. We always have to make adaptations. In fact, this year, we've had to do more cross-teaming and scheduling than we've had to do before. So cross-teaming means occasionally one of your core classes might be held with a teacher on a different team.
Okay.
And that's to help balance class sizes and really to help provide opportunity and choice. So as we do choice encores, it really lets kids get deeper and delve into the kind of schedule they want to have as we're trying to do things.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Good deal. So they will, most children will be with the same students, 7th grade and 8th grade.
Most of
There's
the
a few
for the most
exceptions
part,
here.
yeah.
Okay. Good.
And in encores, they share with most of the other teams. Different teams have encores that overlap,
Totally mixed.
and it's very mixed. Same with lunch.
So there's a high likelihood that students from Marsh Creek will know.
They're going to know somebody.
Yes.
They're going to know somebody on their team, in most of their classes,
Lunch.
at lunches, encores, homeroom, and then they're going to be meeting a lot of new people, which is wonderful too.
Awesome. guidance counselors as well?
Guidance counselors follow the grade levels. So for this year, Mrs. Lyman is the 7th grade guidance counselor.
Okay.
Mrs. Whitmer is the 8th grade guidance counselor. And Mrs. Beatty is our resource guidance counselor who assists with a whole bunch of different activities and projects. And those counselors will be with you for those 2 years. As well as our academic advisor, Mrs. Ildy Brown, who basically assists and works with data and class placements and class exits and all kinds of special activities with data through the year.
Nice. Now you mentioned lunches before.
Lunch, yes.
How long are lunches?
Lunches last 30 minutes.
Okay.
30-minute lunch.
30-minute lunch, gotcha. Students, are there 7th and 8th graders in lunches? Are there just 7th grade lunches and 8th grade lunches, or are they mixed?
We have 3 lunches that
Okay.
take place throughout the course of the day. Each one lasts 30 minutes, and it's a mix.
Gotcha.
You'll be with a lot of kids who are from your house. So if you're a 7A, you'll be with some kids from 7A, 8A, and some of the other teams as well, all mixed together.
Very nice.
Yes.
First week of school is always a little nerve-wracking for some students.
Sure.
Will there be staff members in the CAF, in the hallways, directing where's this class, where's that class?
Absolutely.
How do I go here? Where's this?
Especially during that first week of school, everyone is all hands on deck.
Gotcha.
We're going to help you. We're in the hallways helping kids find their classes. We have our building maps out to help kids find their way around because the lettering and numbering of the rooms is confusing.
Sure.
And it takes some time to get used to. For 7th graders, though, on the first day of school, nothing to be worried about. The buses drop those kids off on that first day of school by the gym entrance.
Gotcha.
They walk right in the doors. There's adults right when they get off the buses. We usher them into the gymnasium. We have our opening day assembly, and then the individual homeroom teachers take those kids to homeroom. So it all takes care of itself.
Gotcha. So it's well-oiled machine. from what I've heard.
Well-oiled.
Question we had regarding an advisory type period. Now I know in many schools the advisory period is sort of a chance to catch a breath. Make sure you have all your assignments written down. Make sure everything's lined up for the next day and for homework that evening.
Mhm.
Do you have an advisory study hall type period?
At the end of the day,
Okay.
we have a reach period, which lasts approximately 20 plus minutes,
Okay.
and that gives kids a chance to go visit different teachers on their team. Many teams plan out a variety of different activities during reach for some team building, cooperative games. We do some informative things during reach as well a lot of times. Then the day ends with a short 10-minute organized period, just a chance to kind of gather your materials, get assignments written down, and keep things together.
Speaking of the length of the periods, how long is a normal period?
I mean, ballpark, the easiest way to sum up a period is to say a period lasts about 47 minutes.
Okay.
However, at the middle level, sometimes when you're on a team and if there's 2 core classes next to each other, if that English class needs to extend a little bit, let it extend.
Make it
And then,
happen.
yeah, we can adapt and make things work. And we frequently, as you will find, because of the variety of things happening at the middle level, are running on different alternate schedules throughout the day.
Nice.
All that information that we reviewed, a lot of that's available on our website.
Okay.
And another thing I guess we should mention, it's not a bad time to mention that, we should mention this in every segment, you can get a hold of us very easily and keep up with what's going on through our website,
Okay.
through our Facebook page, through our Twitter account, through our Instagram account,
Wow.
through videos we post on YouTube as well, and Schoology for the students especially, and then for parents. Once Schoology is up and running, should be sometime today hopefully, everything is accessible through Schoology.
So is it safe to say anything a parent needs regarding their child's classes can be accessed on Schoology?
Absolutely.
Materials,
Materials,
due
resources, due dates.
all that. Homework assignments.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
And the different teams organize it a slightly different way, and they provide all that information on the opening days. So there never should be a question. Between Schoology, which links to the Home Access Center and the Parent Portal, you can check grades, you can check attendance, you can make sure everything's where it needs to be. And then from there, if you need to email the teachers, you need to email the guidance counselor, email administration, do that. We'll be ready to answer you.
Do you employ a 24-hour time frame?
From an administration standpoint, we try to respond to all queries within a 24 business hours,
Yep.
within a business day response. A lot of times it's much faster, and even if we can't get your answer right away, we will try to just get back to you to say we're working on it.
Nice. What about the parent that isn't quite comfortable with Schoology yet? Can they just directly email the teacher?
Of course they can, absolutely. And one of the things that the teacher's going to do, and one of the things we're going to try to do through the course of the year is get the parents comfortable on Schoology.
Yep.
We want the power of the learning to be fully in the hands of the student and of the families as well. So we're in the day and age where the families don't need to rely on us
Sure.
to access that information now. We need them to become masters as well. And we're going to provide opportunities to do that. There's going to be videos that the district uploads that you can watch, tutorials, just like YouTube tutorials. We'll do some of our own type stuff. The teams will as well when necessary. And we might even provide information at say, a home and school meeting during back to school night. So, we're here to help give that information, and we have people who are going to be able to help do that.
Is it safe to say that would also go for maps, school lists, bell schedules, things like that?
Yep.
Access.
Absolutely.
PDFs.
Absolutely. In fact, the school supply list has been up since July. It's on our website. It's been posted to all of our social media pages. So it's available through all of that. The reason we don't email blast those lists out is because that's not updated for our incoming 7th graders till closer to this time. So we really can't do that in advance.
Awesome.
Yeah. That was a good segment. That's too much work for one day for me. I want to go back to the beach.
I've got a few more questions. We could wrap it up maybe after lunch.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a long break.
Okay. Well, the sun's still out, so you might be able to catch a few rays, but cloudy afternoon. We're gonna have to resume though. We're running out of time. We've got, like I said, less than 2 weeks.
I don't know what you're
before the
talking
kids
about.
are back in
It is
seats.
no, it's summer.
So
it is summer.
We will be back with some more Q&A after this. There you are. Good deal. Ready for some work. I appreciate it. All right, so we're going to continue on with our Q&A session. Informational video to help parents and students. What are you doing? Nick. Hey, you with us?
It's summertime.
Here we go again.
I'm watching Netflix. Stranger Things.
Buddy,
really good.
Buddy, I'm worried about you. I'm worried about you. We're 2 weeks out. We've had this conversation 3 or 4 times. It's happening. It's here. It's happening. Summer is adios, sayonara.
Ask me questions.
Thank you. It's really for the best. All right, so parents are curious about the iPads.
Yes.
So last year, we had the 7th grade students. They all had iPads. 8th grade didn't. It's just the way things were rolled out. This year, every student in the building will have an iPad. What will that look like?
iPad distribution will take place on the first day of the school year. We'll have a process in place run by our wonderful integrated digital technology teachers, Mr. Ripke and Mr. Smith. And then the iPads, much like they were at Marsh Creek, will be an integral part of the learning environment. It is a tool to help enhance instruction, but it's also a tool to improve communication to the level of complete access.
Nice.
Those iPads for the kids will help during the school day being used in lessons, instructionally, enhancing. It's a lever, it's a tool.
Gotcha.
For the parents, those devices will help give them access to Schoology, where they can check and look at a child's different courses taking place, what they're doing in those courses, resources, homework, assignments, long-term projects.
Academic apps?
Academic apps are all integrated through the Schoology page as well.
Nice.
Videos, any type of potential help or assistance you might need, you'll be able to access through Schoology to a large degree.
This is for the students and the parents' benefit.
Absolutely.
Great.
Training for our teachers will continue to improve in the use of the devices to help enhance instruction, because that's the goal overall. So for one example, no more paper agenda books. We're using the iPads fully, and the calendar features and different features for students to record that, because
Excellent.
this is our everyday life now. As our superintendent says, we can't expect our students to come into school and power down. We have to get them ready for the world they'll be facing after
Makes a lot
middle
of
school
sense.
and high school,
Right.
and that starts here.
Not many people use the old day planner anymore.
That's true.
Some do, but it's pretty much all electronic now.
It is.
Speaking of which, that's the kind of question that I would imagine would be addressed at back to school night.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
Yes.
back to school night, September 6th this year, from
Early.
7 to 9 p.m. So we had a little bit earlier in the school year to answer a lot of these kind of questions. Meet your team, meet your teachers, and kind of
September
get that
6th.
FaceTime.
What day of the week is that?
I believe it's a Tuesday, but
Tuesday.
I could be wrong. Might
That
be
sounds
Wednesday.
right. Tuesday,
Yeah,
September
something like
6th. It'll be
So,
fun.
Good deal. Other important dates that we want to highlight, teacher conferences.
Mhm.
November 7th this year. We have an evening session, November 7th, and then we have an all-day session, November 8th.
Correct. Now, there's very limited slots for those teacher conferences. It's not a lot of time, and the slots have to be short to try to get as many people in as possible. But here's the deal, and a lot of people are going to disagree with this statement,
Sure.
but I'm going to make it anyway because I believe it at this point. With the level of communication available between teachers to families,
Yeah.
families to teachers, and administration as well,
Right.
there really shouldn't be a need for parent-teacher conferences in the traditional sense.
Mhm.
We have access to teachers via email.
Right.
We have the ability to set up meetings. We
Right.
have Schoology, which is a full communication tool. We have the Home Access Center. We've got so many different ways to communicate through the course of the year that it's almost superfluous.
Yeah.
It's something that is still part of our system because it makes people feel comfortable.
Right.
But really,
Well, and yeah, you're saying the collaboration
should be taking place every
yeah,
day.
it shouldn't happen on one day a year.
Exactly.
Right. I have a question about my son's reading comprehension. I'm not saving it for November
No,
8th.
it's an email away.
It's, constant.
Yeah,
And our
or
teachers,
Schoology.
as far as I know, we've had meetings almost every day.
Yes.
Teachers meeting with the parent
Yeah.
at some point almost every day.
And we meet digitally now. We've had parents
Yeah.
FaceTime into meetings. We've done Skype meetings. I mean, there's plenty of ways
Good
to
old
do
phone
these
conferences.
things. Phone conferences
Yeah.
too. Yeah, absolutely.
Great. So social media contacts. Just one more time, I wanted to review that. That will be a link that we have
Yes.
available to all parents through Schoology, through email blast.
It's going to be everywhere. We're going to email blast it. We email blasted it last night. We're going to email blast it maybe every time we do an email blast, so you can follow us on the different avenues.
Twitter.
We plaster it everywhere. So here's what we got. Go to Facebook. Go to the search bar on Facebook. Type in Downingtown Middle School. You'll find our page. We are on Twitter and Instagram at DASD_DMS. Same handle on Instagram, same handle on Twitter.
Easy enough.
Pretty easy to find us. Schoology, once kids are up and running and parents are up and running, you'll have all the information there as well. And our website, dasd.org/domain19.
Awesome. Interesting scenario this year. We're going to have a service dog at DMS.
We are, yeah, for the first time ever, at least in my tenure here at Downingtown Middle School, we have a student who's in need of a service dog. We actually have a second student who also is in the process of obtaining a service dog.
Awesome.
These are for medical conditions, they're required. And what we'd like to ask is for our students, when you see these animals in the building, they are there for service. So while it's going to be a novelty at first, I know it'll wear off quick, but we want to respect that the dog is there to do a job.
And I get it. That's hard. I'm a dog
Oh,
owner.
yeah.
You're a dog owner. We
Yeah.
love dogs, but
We do.
they're here to work. And I've always been told that you don't want to pet and excite the dog because the dog really is working.
Yeah.
Good. I'm proud of you. You've hunkered down. We got some questions answered. I think you've earned some summertime
Nice. Can we go to lunch?
lunch. There he is.
Summertime. Summertime.
Nick, I thought we agreed to meet up after
Summertime.
lunch, right? We've got some questions that need to be answered. We're in the middle of filming a
Summertime.
informational video for our parents and students. This has to get done. We're running out of time. I know you're still living in the summer, but we're 2 weeks out from having students in the building.
The Summer Olympics are happening. America's competing. We've got to help them any way we can.
I understand, and I love your patriotism. I love it. But again, we have got to get ready. We need to focus. I thought I had you earlier. After lunch, we agreed. All right, here we go. Can I
Okay.
ask you now?
Sure.
Let's just do some questions here. Maybe we can coexist. All right. So back to the parent questions, which again we thank you very much. We enjoy this kind of partnership. There's no better way to unite and make sure that our students achieve and succeed than having a strong partnership with our parents. So thank you. Here we go.
Okay.
Perfect time to ask you some gym extracurricular type.
Okay,
questions. So,
yeah.
all right. So if a student is interested in sports, extracurricular clubs, things like that, where would they go to find that information, and what can they expect?
There will be announcements constantly on the overt announcements, the TV announcements, our web page, the athletics page. Absolutely all the information you could possibly want about athletics is there. It'll be on social media. The coaches are mostly all in the building. They'll be giving information too.
Perfect. Okay.
And I think physicals are coming up soon. Can you tell us when they are?
Great question. We have the girls' physicals tomorrow, Tuesday the 16th from 2 to 4 p.m. at the school. And the boys' physicals next Tuesday, August 23rd from 12:30 to 2:30, also at DMS.
All right, next question.
Mark your calendars. Yes.
What else do you want to know?
Oh, questions.
Okay,
Yeah.
questions.
So here we go. Is there here we go. Is there an activity bus that brings students home after sports or clubs?
We have buses that bring kids to school in the morning and takes them home in the afternoon, but there are no activity buses. Oh, sorry about that. There's no activity buses. You have to have a
You're
ride
ready to move?
after school.
Okay.
So yeah, Downingtown doesn't do activity buses. So
Parents have to pick up.
parents, or they can make arrangements to carpool or anything kind of like that, or whatever.
All
Is that your knee? Oh, sorry.
Don't mind me.
What's next?
Okay. All right. So speaking of physical fitness, gym class. Our
Yes.
students that are enrolled in gym, and of course we ask every student to take gym in
Yeah.
7th and 8th grade.
Yep.
Do they have to wear a uniform?
We don't have uniforms per se. Whatever pants or shorts students are comfortable in, that's fine. We ask them to wear shoes, sneakers that are good for phys ed. And Mr. DeVito in the phys ed department sells Downingtown Middle School phys ed shirts, so you can buy your gym shirts
Okay.
and wear those for gym class. And we do highly encourage that.
So they can buy them, but they don't need to.
Correct.
And if they were to buy them, see Mr. DeVito.
See Mr. DeVito, and if you're taking phys ed, he's going to cover all of that. Again, they're cool shirts anyway, so we do encourage all students to buy their phys ed shirt. There's lockers in the gym locker room for locking up your valuables.
Okay.
We strongly encourage you to lock your valuables up in the gym locker room
Excuse me.
if you're going to be, in the gym locker room.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. No sense in leaving those unlocked with
Absolutely.
iPads and cell phones and all that stuff.
Yeah. Oh, can you get me those 8s?
We have questions here. We're gonna have to coexist. All right. There you go.
All right. What do you got next?
All right. So I wanted to back up a minute. You had an answer regarding parents picking students up after school. That kind of segues into the whole parent involvement thing. Now I made a comment at the beginning, and I think you'll agree. It's very important that we have a strong partnership with our parents.
Absolutely.
Speaking of which, do we have opportunities for parental involvement in the school?
Oh, absolutely. We have a wonderful home and school association that does fundraisers for the school. They provide an excellent staff appreciation luncheon at the end of the year, informative evenings throughout the course of the year where guest speakers come in and speak on important topics relative to middle schoolers and stuff like that.
Awesome.
So, just like all that kind of stuff.
Great. Good Lord. Okay.
Put these away.
Oh, you done?
Yeah, I think I'm done.
All right, now, going along those lines, what about clearances? Now, any person that comes into our building, they have to have their clearances.
They do need clearance.
Do they carry over from, say the parent got them at Shimona Creek or East Ward or Marsh Creek? Do they carry over?
Yes, they will all be sent over to us, and I believe in the Downingtown Area School District currently, clearances on file are good for
I believe it's 5 years.
5 years.
Yep.
5
So
years.
if you had them within the last 5 years,
You're good to go.
You're covered.
You're good to
Okay.
go. Yep.
Good deal. All right, field trips. A lot of parents want to know, are there field trips in middle school?
There are field trips. On the first couple days of school, your team teachers are going to cover all the different field trip opportunities for you. In 7th grade, we do feature our 3 different overnight field trips that occur usually in May of the school year.
Okay.
One trip is to Boston, one trip is to Cape Cod, and then we do a local field trip to Baltimore and that area as well.
Fantastic. A lot of opportunity. What about volunteering during the school day? Does that occur?
It occurs to a smaller degree at the middle level,
Okay.
as you go through elementary and then middle, then high school. I think some of that involvement decreases. There are some opportunities for senior citizens in particular. There's a program that runs through the district. We have library volunteers who help Dr. Jaffe in
Nice.
the library. So yeah, there's always opportunities to help. But what we really would like from our parents is strong involvement with the Home and School Association.
Totally. Yeah. So I guess to clear that up, it's not quite like elementary level. Like parents aren't coming in to help with centers, or
Correct.
reading groups, or
Correct.
things like that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good. All right. How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
Feeling pretty good. Good workout.
Yeah.
Feeling good. I was okay.
Re-
Everything okay?
ready for a few more questions, or?
Why not I get changed? I'm a little smelly, and then we'll go and we'll.
That's actually an excellent idea.
Yeah.
Excellent
Okay.
idea.
Good work.
Nice work. Mrs. DiToronto.
Yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Have you seen Dr. Indeglio?
I think he's out grilling in the courtyard.
In the courtyard. We just ate.
Endless Summers.
Endless Summers, this guy. All right, while I have you, I have a question. We have these videos these questions that we're answering for our parents. Trying to informational type things, trying to get them up to snuff. They have a lot of questions. New to the building, trying to make the transition easier for Marsh Street. One of the questions that keeps coming up is in regards to sicknesses, latenesses, absences. If a parent, what would you like parents to do when they know their child's going to be out?
Well, they can email, or they can just let the child stay out, and a notification would go home through our notification system.
Okay.
And then when the student does return, they can either email an absent note
Okay.
or send the student in with an absent note.
very important clarification. Do they need to call?
Not
Any number?
necessary.
Not necessary. In
Not
fact, we prefer they
necessary.
don't, right?
Correct. They do want to call because the student might be out for a couple of days. We certainly would welcome that, so
Okay.
we would know and we can make a note.
Excellent.
But if the student's just going to be absent for one day, then an email if you feel like you want to notify us, or you'll get the notification call, and then when the child returns, you just send in a note.
Awesome. Fair enough. Thank you for your time.
You're
If you see
welcome.
Dr. Indeglio, can you tell him I'm looking for him?
I will.
Thanks.
Mr. Wright.
Hey, Mr. Wright! Jay, what is it?
I hear you're grilling.
Oh, yeah, it's a big barbecue. It's the summertime.
We won't invite it.
Summertime. It's not done yet. I'm not done making all this stuff yet.
summertime kick he's on.
So, but there's a form on the website if I want to go on an extended trip too, right? That I can fill out and send in ahead of time? Like for a family vacation to
For a
Disney World?
family vacation or an educational trip, and we normally like that to be 3 or more days because of the logistics of getting it approved and getting it to the teachers and
And what's nice is the students who have access to Schoology when they're on their trip, they can do all their work and have everything organized and they're ready to go for the most part.
There's no excuses.
So I don't need to call in anymore. I can wait for the notification call, or I can shoot you an email, Mrs. DiToronto, and that's up on the screen right now. That's great.
yep.
That's great.
Fantastic.
And we will answer the email that we did receive it.
Oh.
So if you don't get a response from us, then we did not receive your email, so resend it.
Okay, that's great.
Good deal.
Wow.
Mrs. DiToronto, thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I got ribs.
Ribs. I'm out.
Mr. Wright, I finally come up with the answer. Summer doesn't have to end for us.
Here we go again. What now?
It's all about technology, the 21st century, right? We've got
Right.
future cities classes, engineering classes, robotics classes. I've had our best students build a Mr. Wright and a Dr. Indeglio robot. They're going to take over the school, and we're going to go to California, and summer vacation will continue forever.
This might work.
It's a good idea, don't you think? In fact, here they are right now. What do you think?
It's got potential.
Hello, Mr. Wright.
Dr. Indeglio.
We are here to have a great school year and make it good for children.
Lesson plans.
Lesson plans, teaching, lunch, do not throw food, do not throw food, do not throw food.
They don't know about us.